5. When I tell you, zero pompa. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video by your ultimate fave. Now, if you are new here today, you know exactly what to do. Make sure to click that subscribe button, like, comment, share with your friends, your grandmother, your dad. Somebody in your family must like me. I don't know, dude. Share with somebody. Anybody, I'm begging. But if you are a regular, today, guys, it's about to be hot. Kinsita school book. King words. My notes, my school notes, they are right here. My mouth, the whole episode 1 and episode 2, the whole time I've just been going, guys. So guys, we are back today with another highly requested TV recap. And if you guys think I'm lying, please go check on my Twitter. People have been on my neck about this recap, okay? And initially when the show came out, you know, I've realized that I have this thing where when a show comes out and it's completely hyped up, I try to wait for the hype to die down, because a lot of the time you're reading everything on social media, you're not really getting an accurate description on your own about what's happening on the show. So every time like Showmax drops a new reality show, because I know there's one that I'm actually eager to see, it's called Born Into Fame. I saw the cast and I was like, alright, let's see what Showmax actually has in store, right? But now Showmax has dropped their new banger. You know, like Showmax has been on that I'm a piano wave of reality TV shows. They've been dropping banger after banger after banger. You guys have obviously seen The Real Housewives of Durban. I really was gonna do the recap of The Real Housewives of Durban, but that didn't need me. This show, Ultimate Girls Trip SA, this show needs me. Do you understand? So guys, there is a new show on the Showmax shores. It's called Ultimate Girls Trip South Africa. Now what it's done is it's encompassed of the different Real Housewife franchise characters. They've brought them together. They've taken them on a trip to Jamaica. And when I tell you that it is insane, I'm not kidding. So you guys know how we do with every new show that lands on this channel. We have to do a character breakdown. I'm gonna let you know who's who in the zoo. I'm gonna let you know who are the characters, and then I'm just gonna give you guys a little indication of what's been happening and what I feel about the show. So off the bat, I am gonna say the cast, 10 out of 10, baby. 10 out of 10, Showmax. You guys are working overtime. Like you guys have been working there. They're by multi-choice, they're by Runback there, they're by Bram Fisher Road. You guys are working, eh? Mshailen is on. So what the Ultimate Girls Trip is, I don't know if it's actually a spin-off of a show that already exists, because oh no, it is. I remember, because in America they have a franchise called the Ultimate Girls Trip, and I remember Portia was on it and some of the other famous housewives from the American franchises, but I didn't really get around to watching that. So with this one, essentially what they've done is they've taken housewives from Real Housewives from Pretoria, Real Housewives of Gqeberha, Cape Town, Joburg, Durban, the works. So the first person that we're going to talk about is none other than Melanie Viljoen, Mal, aka Mal, aka the owner of Tammy Taylor. Like, guys, I'm sorry, Mel, baby, I love you. First of all, let me just say this, okay, Mel? Like, rubbish aside, I watch The Real Housewives from Pretoria, and I'm gonna say off the bat, you are one of my favorite housewives. I didn't watch the whole season because you were getting dragged, okay? But you were paying rent where it was due, okay? So I'm gonna say off the bat, Mel, you were definitely one of the fan favorites, only because there was a whole lot of drama and spin-off around you and Pete Viljoen. But we're gonna touch on the whole Tammy Taylor. But off the bat, Mel is gorgeous. She was one of the ones that I noticed in that show, but I just didn't get around to watching the whole season because I was just like, you know what, guys, I'm not gonna be reading subtitles all season. I'm sorry. Hey, we are free. But Mel, Tammy Taylor, carte blanche. Is it carte blanche or is it carte blanche? Nobody cares. Anyway, we've got Mel, who's from The Real Housewives of Pretoria. If you guys forgot who Mel is, Mel was married to Pete Viljoen, and they are the franchisers who brought Tammy Taylor to South Africa. They were embroiled in that whole scandal with Happy Simalane, Umhlekela, and a couple of other people who called them out. And yes, guys, I was a true ride or die Tammy Taylor babe. But with everything that had happened throughout the course of that show, I still went to the Tammy Taylor in Komaro, but then the owner of that Tammy Taylor decided to change. She also, from what I had seen, she changed it, she renamed it, repurposed it. It's no longer Tammy Taylor, so I guess it's safe to say that I don't do my nails at Tammy Taylor anymore, but I was a true diehard fan of the Tammy Taylor brand. If you know me, you know this, okay? The next person that we have is Bev. Bev is from The Real Housewives of Cape Town. Now, that show I finished completely because it had your regulars, but if I'm being really honest, I don't remember anybody outside of Bev and Tato. Like, Real Housewives of Cape Town, they were just so unmemorable. Like, if it wasn't Tato being called out for drinking scandals, it was Tato calling Bev out because Bev had the scandal where Bev's daughter slept with her ex-husband. Bev, I hope for the life of me, you gave her a warm clap. You hear me? I hope for the life of me, you gave her the warmest warm clap you could ever find deep down in your African roots, because you are too sweet to have let something like that happen. But we're going to touch on that, okay? Absolutely love Bev in The Real Housewives of Cape Town. She is one of the few that I remember alongside Tato. Don't remember the rest. I think there was another lady who was married to the guy who owned Cabo. Womp womp. I don't remember it. Not memorable. Let's move. The next person we have is Liz. Now, Liz is from The Real Housewives of Kapecha. And let me tell you guys something. When The Real Housewives of Kapecha came out, I had a lot of subscribers telling me to watch the show, but for the life of me, I just couldn't understand why The Real Housewives of Kapecha was aired on Mzansi Magic and not on Showmax. You understand? But I do understand that there's a large portion or a large audience of people who are still watching DSTV. So Real Housewives of Kapecha had a larger audience. I just don't know if they got a second season. But I will say this, I didn't watch the show. I did not watch the show, truthfully speaking, because I can't remember the last time I watched DSTV. Like, dude, I'm all on that streaming shit. Like, you gotta be about it. However, Liz was memorable because all the clips of The Real Housewives of Kapecha that kept popping up on my TL were of Liz. And Liz, let me say this, disclaimer, you are my favorite character. Right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, you are my favorite housewife on the show. Without a shadow of doubt, give Liz her flowers. I regret not watching Real Housewives of Kapecha, and I'm really hoping that it's on Showmax. I think it is, actually. What I'm actually going to do is get on to watching it. I did try watch episode 1, and there was that lady who, she's got a chip of her shoulder because I think she was on radio or something, and I was just bored from the onset. Like, I wasn't feeling it. Liz, you are the saving grace of The Real Housewives of Kapecha, and I don't want to hear it. And if anybody tells you otherwise, you bring them here. And you tell them that the queen of reality TV recaps has spoken. I didn't even have to watch to know that you were the acer. You needed one episode on Showmax for us to realize that you, baby, were a gem. And in the dust of Kapecha. Where's Kapecha? East London, Eastern Cape. You are really a diamond in the rough. Get it? Not diamond. No? Okay, gotcha. Liz is definitely my favorite. I absolutely love Liz. Liz reminds me of those white women who secretly are deep down, they are black. That's why you call her Liziwe. You understand? So I think I did myself a disservice by not watching you, Liz, and I'd like to formally apologize while we're doing this character breakdown, but I can assure you, moving forward, anything that has Liziwe in it, I will be front and center. You understand? The next person we have on the show is none other than Crystal from The Real Housewives of Johannesburg. Now, Crystal, guys, whoever bought Crystal back said, guys, you're missing the ingredient. You're missing the things that happen. You are missing the real secret. Whoever came up with this list, I just want to say, like, I've never in my life been so excited. You understand? Crystal is back. Crystal, the singer, is back. Crystal, chaotic Crystal, crazy Crystal, cuckoo Crystal, whatever you guys want to call her. But that's my girl, and I'm going to stick beside her. Crystal is back. You understand? I don't know if you guys remember. Real Housewives of Johannesburg was set to air for season 3. But I'm gonna jump into all the nitty gritty bits that I heard about why season 3 wasn't aired, because I could see that on the show, they were kind of letting that die. They weren't speaking about it. And yes, it involved Brunette and it involved DJ Tira's wife, Kukukati, who beat Crystal. And that shit is on social media. So don't come on me and say I'm the one who's spreading the drama. Because I am not the drama. I report on the drama. So I saw that on social media that apparently, allegedly, but it's actually not alleged because it was on Sunday News that Gugu Kati actually put her hands on Crystal and Brunette. But Brunette doesn't strike me as someone who can beat her ass. Gugu, on the other hand, from what I've heard intel is that she gonna beat your ass. She a typical Durbanite. She go, baby. That's what I heard. Okay, that's what I heard about Gugu Kati. Like, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay? Agilely. The next lady that we're gonna talk about is none other than Lassie. Guys, I'm not even finna cap. I am so happy to see Lassie back on the screens. Lassie is also in my top 2 favorite right now. Liz and Lassie are definitely at the pinnacle of my favorite housewives on the show right now. You guys obviously know Lassie was part of the Real Housewives of Durban. I think she left in the last season, which was season 3. This was after the whole incident with Petal and, you know, everybody kind of coming at her sideways. And then, as you guys know, she was formally engaged to our former president, Jacob Zuma, but then they obviously split and they part ways, and yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with Lassie. Absolutely love Lassie. Lassie's bangers. Lassie's diary sessions, I think, are still goated. I don't think anybody beats her. Not even Zama. Real talk. Nah. Nobody can beat Lassie. When it comes to diary sessions, Lassie and Londi London are at the top of reading bitches for filth, especially in the Real Housewives of Durban. The next one we actually have as well is Nonku, who is also on the Real Housewives of Durban. Now guys, there was no way they were gonna have a spin-off of an international trip and not have Nonku. Nonku is reality TV gold. Anywhere Nonku goes and touches, you know that's entertainment. And I think Nonku has actually clocked that she is the pinnacle of entertainment. As a matter of fact, if I'm gonna keep it a buck, I enjoy Nonku without the Joku. Like, I enjoy Nonku without Jojo. I think Nonku and Jojo have a very great friendship. Absolutely love it for them. However, Nonku is pure reality TV gold. I think Jojo really plays off of that. They play off of each other's playful energy. But, cut. Jojo, we were good without her. I think this needed Nonku on her own because Nonku needs to shine. Nonku is destined for reality TV stardom. She's gonna be your Nene Leakes. She's gonna be in the Hall of Famers, and it will be well deserved. You know, a little bit of delusion really makes you a great artist. And if there's one thing we know about Nonku, her delusion is the reason that she's one of the greats. Like, the next person we have, who have I called out? I've called Mal, Bev, Liz. Oh, I've called out Lassie, Nonku. And then the next person, I've called out Crystal as well. And then the last person that I haven't called out actually is someone that I'm not even gonna care. I missed her. Let me tell you how she introduces herself. You must say the whole thing. You know what, guys? I love Letabo. I think I've always felt myself drawn towards Letabo. I see a lot of myself in Letabo. She talks too much. She stands on her word. She says what she needs to say. And she's Letabo Lejoy Matato. You understand? I can't even just say Letabo. It's not enough for me. Letabo Lejoy Matato. Naledi Mallela. No, it doesn't have the same ring to it. Should have had a middle name. Thanks, parents. If you guys know Letabo's from the Real Housewives of Joburg. She's from the Real Housewives of Joburg, and she was in the last 2 seasons. So season 2 and season 3, just before Real Housewives of Joburg got canned. There was also a little bit of drama with the alleged thing that hey guys, because I still value my job. Real Housewives of Joburg really did. It worked so that these other franchises could run. However, word on the street is there was a little bit of issues on the inside about, you know, people stealing people's ideas, franchising them, and this, that, womp. Can't confirm, can't deny, so I'm not going to talk about that. It's way beyond my pay grade, and yeah, my pay grade kind of sort of depends on some of the shit that I say out here. Let's get into the crux of the show. Now guys, to say that this was a brilliant concept is completely underrated. This concept is amazing. These ladies are all flown out to Jamaica. I don't know for how long they were in Jamaica for, maybe a week and a half, and they've been shooting, getting to know each other. But then the great thing about this show is the fact that all these ladies are kind of notorious for their personal things being aired out on TV and giving us a lot to talk about in this instance. So the ladies obviously arrive in Jamaica and everything kind of seems good but seems off as well. I think the first thing that we should talk about or touch on is the fact that Crystal is super sensitive. I don't know what the hell is going on with you, Crystal. I would love to say take a chill pill, but if you took a chill pill, then this wouldn't be the great show that it is, right? But Crystal had an issue with Bev saying, I think you're the white girl who's going to start drama, which I think, honestly, as much as I understood how that could have rubbed Crystal up the wrong way, I just think she pushed it a bit too much. Like, she was like, ooh, yes, storyline, I'm going with it. You know what I mean? And it was like, Crystal, relax. I don't think Bev meant it like that. You could honestly tell, guys, I'm being honest, you could tell that Bev really wasn't saying it maliciously. However, as someone who's constantly been accused of starting some shit, I get why Crystal's upset about it, because what the hell do you mean that I'm gonna start shit? What about you, Beverly? You understand what I mean? Like, wena tula. So I understood why Crystal felt some type of way about it, and she had every opportunity, ample opportunity to address Bev and get the apology that she so desired, and then just go and slither up and uppercut Bev, you know, like a typical housewife thing she would. But Crystal was like, nope, 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 of which I actually love about Crystal. I love that she says it how it is. These are my feelings. I'm gonna stand on it. But also, Crystal, it's kind of laced and jeweled with a lot of delusion on your end, because it's kind of crazy how you even mentioned that Bev's your friend. She's your acquaintance. She doesn't even know you, dude. Like, what are you talking about? You can easily tell her, I don't like what you said and don't ever step out of me sideways. Okay? Thanks. But then, no, you made it a thing about you wanting to be the victim, and that was the kind of messaging and the tone that Crystal was giving from episode 1. Crystal was giving the, I am the victim, I've been wronged, I've been shamed, I've been having the scarlet letter A, and everybody just, okay, maybe scarlet letter A is a bit like ludicrous. Scarlet letter S, shit starter, you know what I mean? And I just found it particularly immature of Crystal to do. But then again, from all the seasons that I remember Crystal, she's never really been someone who's been mature in that sense. And don't make me pull up the receipts, because you season in, season out were throwing glasses at people, were swearing at people, we're not being accountable. So all I'm going to say is you are definitely not the chief of I'm accountable. So honestly, it was definitely well within your character, but it was really irritating to watch, and it was kind of boring. It was like, Crystal, dude, what's going on? Like, baby, I saw you sold your house, you moved into an apartment, you know, like, you looked like the person who really, life took a change, and this is where the humility comes in. But no, not Crystal. Crystal was like, hey, life has changed, but still, hear me, I'm the victim in all of this. And that's just the beginning of the mountain of things that happened. So it started off with Bev and Crystal having that misunderstanding, and then Latabo came in. And obviously, as per my sentiments, Latabo was like, but it's not that serious. Like, it doesn't really have to get to that point. Yeah, but you're also dismissing me. So then, obviously, Crystal kind of set the tone for the hostility that was created amongst the women, of which Crystal was scathing at, like, the surface. You understand? That is the surface of the drama that was just like kind of. So the ladies come in. We already know Bev and Crystal already have their little beef. Mel comes in. Mel looks great, but everybody's already side-eyeing Mel because Mel is so poised and put together. Of which, you know what? Honestly, guys, I don't get it. I'm gonna say the one thing y'all just don't want to say. Some of the ladies are exuding what feels like envy towards Mal. And Mal, before you get excited, I'm coming for you. I'm not done with you. I have to drag you. I wouldn't be me if I didn't do what was right. And that's drag everybody involved. But some of the women were just exuding what felt like envy in the first episode. The little like jabs, I don't like her. Oh yeah, she's just so poised and so perfect. Guys, People are allowed to be poised and perfect. That's why you have your me's and your Liz's and your Nonku's fairly poised. Nonku's quite put together. So you have your me's and your Liz's and your Letabo. Oh, Letabo's also quite poised. So you have your me and your Liz's, okay? People are allowed to portray themselves the way they want to look, okay? So I felt like from Liz and Bev's end, there was something just a little bit, it felt like a tad of jealousy. But then once we start seeing Mel really unveil herself for who she is, it's not too far-fetched that the ladies might not be wrong about Mel being a mean girl and faking the whole English accent. Because Mel, jy is Afrikaans. Jy kan Afrikaans praat if jy want Afrikaans gepraat. En ek nie Afrikaans weet nie, but ek weet that jy is faking the accent to sound like you come from, you know, England. En jy weet beter than ek. You know, jy weet beter than ek. And almans ons is sitting here, we can hear that jy is faking an international accent. Yeah, but Mal, you see, I also quoted it. Mal, where is this coming from, dude? Dude, where is And then, like, the thing is, you try to keep it, but I can tell the inconsistency peaks out of nowhere. But anyway, Bev and Liz aren't feeling Mel from the jump, and honestly, I get it. Not a lot of women are feeling Mel, and you could already tell on the onset that the women were kind of side-eyeing Mel because of this whole Tammy Taylor thing. And in comparison to everything that the other ladies are going through, Mel, yours is quite jarring because you're accused of stealing money from other black women. And I don't know if you stole money from other white women. You know, we're not making it a race thing. I'm just saying that most of the women who came out are brown, like me. Melanie, Mel, kom hier. Wat is die probleme? Wat is die probleme? Praat met my. Praat met my so ek kan verstaan how to navigate wat gaan aan hierso by die girls, you know? Yeah, Mel, no. Hey, I love it and I hate it all at the same time. I love it and I hate it. So there's that. And then the other thing that I noticed was getting very hostile is that Mel called La Congo Mrs. Zuma, of which, let's see, honestly, ma'am, I don't know why that rubbed you up the wrong way. I don't know why that rubbed you up the wrong way, because you were once, you know, maybe the thing about putting like women of color and putting women of, you know, not color is that, guys, sometimes we say things to each other and we can get lost in translation. I think sometimes women say things and then it's received some type of way, and I know what you guys are going to say to me. You guys are going to say, no, Nelly, that's not the case. These women are being spicy. Probably there's a high chance. But guys, you need to also understand that that barrier on its own will allow you to read things differently when that's not the case. You understand? You'll probably find that Mel just said that just out of jest. And I really didn't understand why Lassie took that so personally. You know what I mean? However, in Lassie's defense, I also understand why she took that personally, because she said it's not a surname you throw around. Ooh, Lassie, now we can sanas. But I get it. So you sitting Mel down and addressing it is one thing, but it's also the hostility in how Lassie addressed it. Did you guys not feel that? Did you guys not feel like Lassie was being weird towards Mel? Because I was just like, Lassie, Nkosiam, I don't think Mel meant it like that, but maybe it's a good thing you addressed it. We're speaking about a former president here. We're not speaking about Thabo from down the road who sells potatoes and tomatoes. So maybe, yes, you are allowed to say that, because you don't want Mel saying something and it coming back to bite somebody else in the ass years later when they do articles saying that she's called Mrs. Zuma, but she's claiming that she's no longer with him anymore. You get? So I get why they had to be that level of sit down and please refrain from saying this, because we are dealing with someone who's running for president again at 70 something. And I need you to step down, baby. Yo, cause I don't want to talk about the elections in South Africa. What? Hey, we'll get there when we get there. South Africa, guys, we're living in a simulation. Things aren't real. Like, are things even real? In South Africa, our land, this is not the land that Nelson Mandela fought for. I'm just saying. Anyway, guess Sanas. Bring back Thabo Mbeki at this rate then. Mbeki, baby. Anyway, y'all, there was that, but it was quickly squashed. They moved past it. However, it seems like Lassie really took that personally. But then again, maybe Lassie picked up the tones or maybe the underhanded comments that were made there that we can never understand. So that's fine. Like I said, we can see both sides of the coin, but I still stand by the fact that I think Lassie blew that out of proportion. And you guys are allowed to disagree with me in the comments. That's fair. And then the next thing that I noticed is Lassie not being too impressed with Nonku being here. And of which, duh, Nonku and Lassie are both from the Real Housewives of Durban franchise. And they didn't get along from that franchise off the bat. So it only made sense that when Nonku walked in, by the way, Nonku, I just need to say this. You look so good. You look so fucking good. Like, baby, you look so good. Okay, like you look scrumptious. For someone who has 3 kids, their body is bodying. You look great. And when you walked in, I could tell Lassie felt some type of way about it. You know what? You can't have 2 bulls in a kraal or something like that. And the thing is, Lassie and Nonku are both bulls within that franchise. So it only made sense that Lassie was not going to feel too easy about Nonku being there, because Nonku's always called Lassie out on her shit on the previous seasons of Real Housewives of Durban. So it only made sense that Lassie felt uneasy because she knew what was coming. But Mal clapped, Lassie got jealous, and Lassie did get jealous though, guys. Come on. But I'm clapping Nonku. Let's be honest, Lassie. You really are my ride or die, but Nonku is Real Housewives of Durban. Not even Sorisha comes close. Sorisha comes close enough. But Nonku Williams, she is Real Housewives of Durban. So whatever, there was also that. And then essentially the women just kind of warmed up to each other, but it was like that fake warming up. It was like, we're so happy to be here. We love each other, womp womp. Cool. Let's fast forward to the room thing. The room thing was pretty easy. Look, guys, I also realized that it's a house. I think everybody got fairly okay rooms. The only person who I think got a shitty room is LaJoy, because I don't understand why her room had 2 beds. But also LaJoy on the list, on the hierarchy list, which I think is specifically created to create this diversion between the women. You guys can't choose, because there's a certain chance that you guys will all choose similar rooms, and nobody would have chosen that particular room. But if there's one thing I've picked up, is the difference to how the ladies, the white ladies, react to the black ladies. The black ladies kind of take this thing very personally, whereas the white women are just like, man, it's fine. We can share a bathroom, we can share a shower, we can share this. And the black ladies like, no, I don't have a bath, I don't have a shower. Like, hey guys, we're in Jamaica. Let's just enjoy the vibes. I get it, guys. If I also got that shitty room, I also wouldn't be feeling too good about it. And judging by how I felt from my previous vlog about that shitty apartment, I am such a fake and a fraud and a hypocrite. And yeah, LaJoy, you're warranted, baby. I'ma let you have this one, because I am the last person to talk about feeling some type of way about a room, because I did get a room and I fucking hated it, okay? So I get that, but I just feel like it was showing the one messaging that sat in my tongue that I didn't realize up until this point, is that the ladies, the black women are seeming like ungrateful, and the white women are just like, oh dude, just relax, it's just a room. And to be really honest, it is just a room, and we gotta get it together. Like, no. And before you guys come at me sideways, we really have to get it together. Nonku, there's no need to ask her what room is where and how. LaJoy, let it go. La Congo, you got lucky. You got so lucky. But then all the other women didn't really complain. So it was kind of giving, oh man, you know, black people.
No.
It was giving, black people, and I get how you guys felt cringe about how I felt in my previous vlog, but I don't care. Lucky for you guys, I don't care what you think. And then let's move to the dinner. Now, I think episode 1 is really what set things apart. People were really addressing each other, like the fact that Nonku was starting, let's see, about Petal, which I was like, aibo. Now, where's that coming from, Nonku? Like, Nonku, black people. Like, Nonku started some shit with Lassie threw back at her with Rough Diamond when she was like, my boyfriend is calling me, which I thought was... Chesa! Let's go. And then there was also Crystal addressing Bev, and also there was Letabo addressing Crystal. Now, guys, let me tell you guys what I heard about this story that happened in Real Housewives of Joburg. Now, I've got a secret source, and that secret source is someone's secret, so you guys can't know who it is. But essentially, they were shooting Real Housewives of Joburg, and Gugu Kati was supposed to be part of that season, and they had a big fight. Gugu Kati and Brunette were apparently very close at the time. I don't know where they stand now, but they were shooting, and then while they were filming, Gugu Kati and Brunette physically attacked Crystal. That was what was on the article that came out on Sunday World. However, I had heard that story prior to it breaking, and obviously now you hear that story from the inside source, so you're just like, huh. And what you hear is that Gugu Kati obviously attacked Crystal, which would then lead us to asking, why would Gugu Kati, if she was cast as a friend of the show or someone who just joined that night, ultimately go and attack Crystal? Which is why this scene was so sentimental to this whole story, because it gave context to what happened. So Crystal was talking about how she felt attacked by the previous season where they were all throwing jabs at each other. I don't watch your show, I don't watch your show. And to be honest, the shows that were least watched on that table is definitely Kapecha, Pretoria, and Cape Town. Nobody was watching that, baby. Okay, I watched the whole of Cape Town, so I'm a liar. So the show that was watched the least there was Kapecha and was Pretoria. And Pretoria, I honestly think it was just a language barrier thing. And the way they handled themselves, and it just wasn't giving, and Vain Lanta, then the certain ladies, some of their shows didn't do as well. The ones that did more so well were definitely Durban, definitely Johannesburg. So there was a little bit of like shade being thrown, like, oh, I don't watch that. Oh, I don't watch that. And it makes sense, like who would, So there was a whole lot of jabs thrown, but essentially the whole premise of what was happening at the table is Crystal feeling like she was attacked and Letabo telling the truth. Now, the one thing I do agree with that setup at the table is that Nonku was saying that Letabo was talking over everyone. And Letabo, baby, I love you so much, but you need to stop interjecting people. I know that it's not something that you do. I don't think you do it intentionally, but the way you interject people is actually... It's actually kind of, because initially at the table when you were doing it and you said, can I make my notes? And it was noted. And then Crystal was telling her version of events, because Crystal clearly didn't even remember filming with you. So that already tells us that Crystal, one, you're a liar. You're either a pathological liar as per Angel's words, which she's not. Because the fact that you can't even remember filming with Letabo and saying, were you part of it? I don't remember you being there. But then saying that, oh, I remember wearing a blue dress and everybody attacking me, already shows that, one, you're a liar. And it's so crazy that you're a liar because you're one of the oldest people at the table. Like, I cannot believe that our parents didn't tell us that there would be old people who would lie for a living. Like, it's crazy. Crystal, we were there. Okay, we weren't there for season 3, shame. But anyway, Crystal's telling a series of events, and Letabo, look, I don't believe Letabo interjected her, but I also can understand if people say that she did, because Letabo was actually trying to get Crystal to tell the truth. And Crystal did not want to tell the truth, because Crystal wanted to create this version where she was being attacked. And I'm so glad that all the other women caught on very quickly that this is just crazy, because Crystal and Mal, you guys are gonna be great friends because y'all lie for a living. Y'all be out here lying. Y'all be out here. No, Tammy Taylor, I'm the one who franchised it all over the world. Melanie, wen ek catch jou? Melanie, Mal, wie denk ons is? Jy weet nie, want ons weet nie. Mal! carte blanche, a trusted investigative show that has been on here for years, uncovering deep things, would just wake up and decide to lie on you and beat Melanie. However, Mal did also release some files. I went down that TikTok wormhole, by the way. As a diehard Tammy Taylor fan, I needed to know that I need to stand on business. So there was all of that, and then there was the whole thing of, you know, I don't think they addressed anything but Mal and Pete. So the dinner happened. Everybody was kind of like on the fence, but essentially Crystal did what she does best. She made the dinner about her. By 11:30, the woman was still hungry and Crystal was still crying. And Mal was like, I'm gonna go eat. Do you guys wanna join me? And Letabo said, I'm gonna join you, girl. And then they went. So in the second episode, seeing how things played out was so strange, because I would have actually thought that Letabo and Mal would get along. Because they seem like, hey man, I'm standing on business here. I don't got time for this bullshit. Because I could already tell that Bev wasn't feeling her, Liz wasn't feeling her, and Mel was stuck. She was either gonna go with Crystal or she was gonna have to pick an alliance. Nonku wasn't feeling her. Lassie was pretty much indifferent after she called her out about Mrs. Zuma. So she had nobody to stand on except Letabo. So her not leveraging off of that when they were on the rafters was really what made me believe that Mal is a mean girl. Jump to episode 2. I bet things are very much hazy, they're very much hostile. And in episode 2, this is really what cemented Mal. You really became the villain in this episode, and I started to see that no man, there are some deeper underlying issues here, because you guys went on the rafters. So essentially what they did is Mal, Letabo, Liz, and Nonku went to the rafters, and then I think Crystal and Bev stayed at the hotel. Lassie also stayed at the hotel, and who am I missing? Oh no, there's 7 of them because there hasn't been any additions. So the 4 ladies go to this rafting excursion. And now this is the perfect time for them to really ask Mal, this whole Tammy Taylor thing, what's happening? Now, for anybody who doesn't know what's happening, essentially there is an American brand called Tammy Taylor Nails, which actually premiered, or which launched, I guess I could say Boma 2016, 17, 18, because I remember at the time that Tammy Taylor was a big deal, I was still with Drake. And one of the few franchises that had opened was actually in Rivonia, not too far from Drake's former house, where he used to stay when I was dating him. So I remember he took me there for my first nail excursion. And when he found out he had to pay $700, he was like, what the ultimate fuck is this? What in the fucking Tammy Taylor is this shit? And I was like, I love you, baby. But yeah, essentially that's how I jumped on Tammy Taylor Nails. I liked the nails at the time, I really did. I just felt like they were a bit too pricey, but then now I see, girl, pay all of this. Guys, I go to Capucci, and can I tell you guys that I paid $1,000 for these nails? It's ridiculous, but I'm paying for the convenience, I'm paying for the experience, so I honestly have no problem with paying for convenience. I'll tell you guys that. And at the time that it was still Tammy Taylor, I was paying more or less the same. I was paying like $800-900 for a set. And now, no, mind you, a set for me was like $650-700, and then all the extras would then lead it to be $800-900. But anyway, so the ladies decided to ask Mal, like, hey man, what's up with this thing? Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Tammy Taylor is an American brand that launched, and I remember because one of the ambassadors was Rihanna, and then they obviously branched out into South Africa. Now, the understanding is that Mal and Pete were the sole licenses of franchising the Tammy Taylor brand in Africa, Southern Africa, internationally, whatever. So now, what the understanding was that Mal and Pete were 2 South African people who had the license to franchise Tammy Taylor Nails in Southern Africa or wherever they wanted to license. You hear me? Listen carefully. So when Tammy Taylor came this side, a lot of franchises started out, and obviously if you wanted to buy into the franchise, you would have to contact Mal and Pete or contact their team to obviously buy your franchise, because it was very, very popular. When Tammy Taylor came, they overtook Sorbet. I ain't even finna cap, Sorbet nails are kind of trash at the time. They were looking like some Tammy Taylor, Sorbet is very great if you're doing challenge. They're not really great with acrylics. Like, they've really fallen off the bandwagon in that sense. Anyway, whatever. Guys, I get all my Hollywood waxes, all my waxes at Sorbet. So I can, and I do my toes at Sorbet because Sorbet does, like I said, challenge way better than Tammy Taylor. And Tammy Taylor used to do acrylics way better than Sorbet. So when the scandal broke, Carte Blanche took onto the scandal and they went with it. Happy Simelane was one of like the whistleblowers that went on social media that accused them. Omutlekela was definitely very silent about it because I remember she did buy a Tammy Taylor franchise, but she didn't really say anything about it. She did not comment. She just left it as is. There were a lot of other women who came out, and yeah. So to see Mal in the second episode kind of really dodge and duck was just, I don't know. If I were you, I would have just kept quiet and said, I don't want to talk about it. Is that why you guys called me here? Like, is that why you guys called me here? Because they asked her, like, what is this whole thing? And you're talking about, yeah, people are lying. If I say Monday is Monday and you say Tuesday is Tuesday. Melanie Van Akgacho. What the fuck was that? Melanie, so poised, so put together, so got everything under control. What the fuck was if I say Monday is Monday and you say Tuesday is Tuesday and you would say Wednesday is Wednesday and then you guys concoct to say that no, Monday is Monday. What are you? So Mal, I'm not even finna cap. That was a 2-pack of ass. Even that lie was a 2-pack of ass. You knew very well that you were recording a reality show. That was the perfect time for you and Pete to sit down because your husband's a lawyer and he can easily lie his way through this. You guys could have sat down, came up with a nice, accurate lie so that you guys can tell us and we can believe it. All of this riff-raff about if you say Monday is Monday, hey, you guys are all asking me questions at the same time. Melanie. And also, let's go down that TikTok wormhole in case you guys are concerned. So now, Tammy Taylor came out on TikTok and said, my name is Tammy Taylor. I've been threatened by the full Yuans. I did not give them licensing rights. I did not do this. And then, beep, boo, two. Mel then releases an old clip of Tammy Taylor thanking Pete and Mal for Yuan, calling them the South African people that are going to be franchising. So, Demi, what is die truth? Ons weet nie wat die truth is. Because jy leeg en leeg en leeg. En jy vergeet that there is receipts by social media and op ons phone. If you don't even know these people and you claim that you never gave them licensing rights, why is there a clip of you sitting in what looks like a damn hall talking to people? You even got a mic. You talking about Mal and Pete. Hey. Bitch. You know what? Just when I thought Mal and Pete are definitely guilty, look, I mean, there are certain elements that they are guilty of in terms of what is happening in terms of their franchisees, right? However, Tammy Taylor really tried to pull a fast one on us. You understand? So now it gives credibility to Mal and Pete. And then after that, I guess Letabo was probing. Also, guys, can we talk about the fact that you guys like probing into why people don't have kids and it fucking irritates the shit out of me. Mal says she doesn't have kids. You guys are asking why she doesn't have kids. Why does she need to explain that to you, Nonku and Letabo? Why, guys? Why does she need to explain that she doesn't want to have kids? Oh, you don't have kids. You and Pete are not even together 10 years. You don't have kids. No, guys, she doesn't have kids. Stop asking. I think for me, it's one of the questions that irritates me so much when I do a Q&A. Oh, do you plan on having kids? Do I plan on even getting a man? Do I plan on providing for that kid? Do I plan on taking him to a school, getting him medical aid, buying him shoes, feeding him, giving him lights, buying him a PlayStation? Stop asking me stupid questions. If I wanted a kid, I would say that I wanted a kid, but I don't have a kid, 10 years, it works for me. Stop probing. Initially, when Nonku asked that, Nonku's definitely on her Christian roots about Jesus Christ and stuff like that. So it wasn't too far-fetched for Nonku to ask that stuff because you know how Christians or like people who are very God-based are. They really want to not only do they believe that their way is the right way of thinking, but they really want to, there's a word I'm looking for where you want to, they want to impose it on others to believe that their way of thinking is right. And as someone who's a Roman Catholic, that shit pisses me off. So that was kind of irritating that Letabo also kind of weighed in on that. I agree with Mal, the conversation was lame, it was a 2-pack of ass. However, I also agree with Letabo on the fact that Mal is talking and speaking like someone who's on camera, like someone who was trained. It's almost like she got media training to know exactly what to say when she's on camera. It's almost like Mal came here to clear her name. She's not coming here to create a relationship. I mean, you sit there and you say you're trying to avoid Crystal, you're trying to avoid Bev, you like the other ladies, and then when dinner time comes, you're like, no, but I never said I liked you guys. Mal, it took 2 episodes for us to kind of really realize that you are not this nice person that you claim to be, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to be nice. This is South Africa. This is the real world. You don't even know those ladies, so you actually don't have to be nice to them. But I hate the fake, no, I didn't say this, or the lying. Like, look, I pegged you for a lot of things, a truth teller, a shit talker, but not a liar. So if you're gonna lie and shit is really out there and you're gonna say, I never said that, that's kind of crazy business. It's giving Crystal. You say you want to avoid her, but now here you are. But I get it. You said you want to avoid her, but people are like, hey, get to know her, right? So I think my favorite people right now are Liz, Lassie, Nonku. I think these are people who are really standing on business right now. And I am really enjoying where the show is going. Now let's touch on the last thing that happened. So the last thing that happened is that Mel said she didn't like Bev. And now, I don't necessarily know where that came from, but it seems like Nonku had all the tea, baby. Nonku, baby, for a Christian woman, you are doing a lot of the legwork to be a spicy babe, and I'm here for it. So Nonku is like, I boom. Says you don't like babies, like, hey, by the way. And it's like, and Pete also follows Babe. Ang swanga. Ho! I know. I know that ain't who I think it is. P, ya pumage. Cause now Mal's coming at Bev sideways talking about you trying to be a fake Christian, mama, womp. You guys are being condescending to Crystal. Crystal is crying again about the same damn thing, talking about friends. Liz is like, as a matter of fact, bitch, you are not a good person. And Crystal is like, hey, bitch, this womp. I don't know. Crystal was just saying a whole lot of shit. And can we also talk about Alton, the manager? Alton, oh papa, Alton. Shut up. Like, shut up your mouth. Koro. Huh? Mo, when? What? What are you? I'm talking about Lassie's attacking Crystal. When did Lassie attack Crystal? You see, sometimes you better just keep quiet and pour that sparkling wine and stay out of women's business. You are right in the middle of women's business, Peter. Like, stay out of women's business. You are there to check that the women are fine. Stop giving your input. Hey? But anyway, whatever. Crystal's going off, talking about how Liz and Babe are bad friends and they kind of befriended her to get onto the show, womp. And then Liz is like, as a matter of fact, Babe, I don't know what you're talking about, and like you're actually full of shit. And then Liv threw a comment saying, hey, Crystal, Mel acts like Barbie, and Crystal's Barbie's mother. And Crystal, as per usual, Crystal cried victim, said that she sleeps with a 28-year-old. Y'all heard that? They slid that in the last episode. She said, I'm with a 28-year-old that hey, come back. Hey, come here. Hey. You're sleeping with a 28-year-old. No. I met him when he was 28. Huh? We sleep together twice a day. That's how much I'm getting all this sick. I'm like, damn, Crystal gets that shit more than me. Crystal, baby, you are getting more action than I myself, a 29-year-old, is getting. And Okay, no, I doubt it. But no. Right now, come back. It's giving a bit predatorial. I don't know if you realize that, and you are gonna get backlash for that. And I hope you know that. But because you are our favorite, it's like wacky Jackie, cuckoo crystal, we might just let that one slide. We might let it slide. I know for one I will, because I would like to believe that you said that when you guys met, he was 28. You could have been 35, you could have been 40, whatever, okay? We're not getting into that. All we know is that you guys have sex every day, twice a day. And that shit is better than any of us can ever judge you for. So that's pretty much what happened, guys. Hey, things are going off, but me, what I want to know, why is Pete following Bev? Because Mel is a blonde bombshell, but so is Bev. Do you want me? Do you wanna love me like that? Like that? Let me tell you something about what men do. Men will make you feel like the woman that you are accusing him of being with is someone that he would never look at. I know this because Jake used to do this to me all the time. No, man, I don't like her. Ugh, I would never look at her. Oh my God, she's so promiscuous. She's so this guy. Deep down, he's in the DMs fighting for his life. And Nonko was like, whoa, go, yeah. So if you don't like, why is Pete all up in Beva's shit? Why is Pete all up in Beva's booty cheeks? Hypothetically. We don't even know if he's up in his booty cheeks, but Peter's up there double tapping. Mel, any comments? And even if he follows Bev, doesn't change the man that he is, a true man of virtue. Anyway, guys, that is it. That is the first 2 episodes of the ultimate goals trip of South Africa. I want you guys to comment down below and let me know, am I crazy? Because this is about to get crazy. Like, it's about to get so litty that I'm concerned. Comment down below, let me know if you think I did justice to the first 2 recaps. If not, I can completely understand, because you guys really don't like me that much. But if you do, comment down below. Let me know if you think I was accurate on the mark. Let me know who you think the trailblazer of this season is going to be. Let me know if you think that Mel is actually going to pop off. And let me know if you think... I think Liz. I'm worried about Liz, eh? And I saw there was a little bit of a thing where, who's this? Londi London's actually gonna come through. And I'm really looking forward to that one. So let me know what you guys think is actually bound to happen this season. But until then, I love you guys so much. It's your ultimate fave. And I will see you guys on the next TV recap of the Ultimate Goals Trip, South Africa.